one of my roommates at the time, he's a very good looking dude. And he always had a little more money than I did. And I couldn't figure out why. Like I drove a S10 pickup. He had a Ford Mustang. He always had designer clothes. I was wearing like New Balance jean shorts and not even the real polo shirt. I was the one with the little 2 flags on it. So I was always like trying to figure out, how's this dude got more money than me? And then I remember one day I finally asked him, I was like, Rob, how you got more money? It seems like you got more money than me. Like, what do? You got another job? I think I asked him, was his parents rich? I said, man, is your parents rich? And he was like, all right, man, I'm going to show you something. Then let me specify. Rob was a Puerto Rican dude, very good looking dude. Like, I say that because every time we went out, he wouldn't just pick up girl. He'd pick up the baddest girl in the club. And I was always like, dude, this guy be pulling him. He was real ripped up, good shape, young guy. And he takes you to his room and he literally gets in his closet. He pulls out a chest and he just starts pulling like little sections of the chest out, right? Clothes, different things. And then I remember he had a lock on the chest. And like it was one of them chests where you lift up and then he's just taking all drawers of the chest, right? And then he points, and I look down, there's a nudie magazine, and Rob's on the cover, and he's standing like this. He's just naked, but he's got his leg in front, like, he's standing like this, like, and I'm going, what? Wait a minute. And it was like in some foreign language, like in Germany. So he goes, bro, I go up to LA once a month. He goes, they pay me $5,000. He goes, and I take all these nude pics and they just release them in Europe. He goes, dude, I'm fucking huge in Europe as far as like a nudie male magazine dude. And this is before there was the internet, but internet was just starting. So you couldn't just find stuff like this. And he didn't use his real name. He used some alias. But I guess the guy would pay him. He'd take the new pictures and he'd come back down. And that's like $60,000 a year. Keep in mind, at that time, we were probably making $35,000 a year in the Navy. So he's literally making twice as much taking these nude pictures once a month. And they're not in the States. And the Navy didn't know. And I feel like I can share this story now because it's 30 years later. And I was just thinking, now I go, hey, this makes perfect sense. That's why you got all this extra money. But I wasn't expecting you to be doing like basic playgirl in Germany and Russia and Czechoslovakia and stuff like that. I was like, so these magazines are like sold? He goes, yeah, they're like at the airports and newsstands and stuff, because I don't know if it's still like that, but when I first started going overseas 20 years ago to do shows and stuff, I just was so shocked that they would have like the nude magazines just at all the magazine stands with all the other magazines just out in the open. Like you literally open a magazine and see nudie pictures. So he was like, yeah, that's how he made his extra money.